Всем привет, снова я, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Мы продолжаем проходить за консул. У нас две части осталось, чтобы пройти первый эпизод за консул, и что. Так, наверное, пока почитаем предметы. Так, то журнал. Так. Вот тема William. Устойчивость в убеждении неизвестно. Заранее известно. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Состоятельная французская аристократка 34 года назад царила за главой одной из самых влиятельных тайных обществ. Золотой орден, его и железный характер помогли ей попасть в высший свет. После этого орден стал известным по всему о торговых сделках на государственных тайнах паранормальных явлений. Сайту добилась того, что влияние ордена распространялось на Америку, Европу и Центральную Африку. Кроме того, она основала культный кружок внутри ордена. Сама Сара намеревалась передать дело своему сыну Луи. Повел к этому с раннего детства. По Мортимеру вообще ничего не известно. Хиллсборо Эми неизвестно. Эми Хиллсборо близкой герцогиней, приближенной королевы Англии. О происхождении Эми мало что известно. О исторической арене она оказалась после свадьбы с пожилым английским аристократом. Верно вступил в брак по расчету. Герцогиня действует осторожно, но выступает за свободу личности, придерживается примерных взглядов, пользуется большим уважением и знаете. Сама Эми была мимо наследницей королевы, а потом стала личным секретарем премьер-министра Уильяма Питта. Это назначение породило массу слухов и вызвало всеобщую зависть. Эми, уже лавшая на острове, с радостью приняла приглашение игры Холма на знаменитый прием, который в очередной раз устроил лорд Уильям Мортимер. Ну, понятно, почему вы взяли в жены, да? Вот такую дальше. Клим раз дальше молода аристократа, единственный сын Сары дальше. Луи сам в детстве общался с теми же людьми, что и его мать. Поэтому неудивительно, что в 14 лет он вступил в Золотой орден, тайное общество, которого заглавляла Сара. Мальчик схватывал на итог, но страдал от хронической головной боли и был нужен принимать лекарства, прописанные матерью. Поднимаясь по карьерной лестнице, Луи стал известен как знаток оккультизма и наконец получил возможность помогать самой Саре. К нынешнему возрасту он успел оправдать надежды своей матери. Все говорит о том, что в один прекрасный день юный Луи возглавит Золотой Орден. Яджи Джепа. Яджи Джепа неизвестным. Его высоко совершенствован координант Джепа Пьяджи, посол папы Пье VI, выдающийся оратор Джузеппе Пьяджи оставил свою жизнь, служа римскому католической церкви, узнав о его образованности и учению философии папа римский тайну нарек Пьяджи кардиналом. Пьяджи находится в доверительных отношениях с Пием VI и помогает ему направлять верующих. Пьяджи прибыл в основняк по приглашению с Егой, желаем повидать своего старого знакомого лорда Мортимера, представить интересы Ватикана. Так, Зуем. Слабостью манипулирования, он все судил. Вот и Мортимер носит маски. Порождает толки среди гостей истинная причина известна только хозяину особняка. Так, навыки, звание. Это Так, ладно, все. Чувствуете, нас немного настройки. Управление. Сейчас обыщу тут все.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richer. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Понимаете.
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richer's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richer, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
Two members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good Lord! Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the Order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit! That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this Holm. I saw him in my vision.
О, еще один выбор. Остаться с Вашингтоном. Лучше останешься. Тут поболтаем.
Let's see what Washington has to say.
Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Tak. Откуда Эми знает мою матушку? Что вы знаете об этом мультфильме?
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden.
Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about?
Так, зато один таймер, который нас окружает.
When she came to the U.S., did you exchange ideas about the Golden Order?
Exactly. What's more, she was essential in helping set up the American branch of the Order. I would never have become its leader without her help. We are a new country, and to achieve our democratic ideals, we need to count on discrete powers such as our organization.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Что если мать волосы устроила?
I wonder if Mother is still on the island. Could she not have taken a boat and left?
I don't see how. No vessel can moor closer than 200 yards, not to mention the permanent presence of staff and servants. There is one strange thing, I grant you. This island is barely the size of Delaware, and despite that, no one has been able to locate your mother.
So my mother still must be on the island. But I did find a book that belongs to my mother.
Where did you find it?
That's what worries me. I found it hidden on the wharf.
Do you think she was preparing to discreetly leave?
I don't know.
An extremely likely proposition.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
The statue is impressive, and so are the paintings. Rubens, the Caravage, Guignero. Lord Mortimer has very good taste, and the means to express it.
Oh, I see our young sir is a connoisseur.
Yes, in my spare time. Yet, I couldn't tell you who the artist of that painting there is. I think I recognize a theme, but the style intrigues me.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, well, you wouldn't know. The artist is none other than Lord Mortimer. I thought for a long time that the painting wasn't finished, but my old friend assured me it was. Still, there's no accounting for taste.
Not very conventional, but it sure does hold your attention.
You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Черт, я хотел там баскать все.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room? Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte. Monsieur Jacques Perru. golden elixir. Decorum guide.
Так, ну, выискивать будем все тут. Так. Понял. Быть на чувствительность привыкнуть. Это не открыть.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Так, журнал навыки. Звание. Так, акционную монету надо искать. Рейдбок. И одну я нашел. Понял.
President George Washington.
Да. Ну. Это что у нас?
A ruble.
Ага. Вот и монетка.
Honey. I couldn't have hoped for better. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
Ну, нашел свою комнату. Все, о, монетка еще одна.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul. Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Свою комнату.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Так. Лучше вообще не открыть.
Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother.
Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes. The conversion of St. Paul, like Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Golden elixir.
Ай. Капец. Не туда пошел. Ну, что поделаешь. Отдохнем. Стоимся со свежими силами. Пойдем в путь. Не будем тут все обыскивать, как всегда. Удачи. Да ладно, неудачи нет. Так, манипулирование. Прохождение. Ну, подтвердить. Да, круто.
Your turn.
Так, я на одну минуту. Мы продолжаем проходить за консулом. Это мы остаемся. Ух, ёб твою мать. Я очень надолго остановился, я уже не помню, что тут происходит. Так что ладно, продолжим. Опа, очухай.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
De Richet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this? Come, take a seat, my friend.
Зачем фигурную размытую? Ну, вы поняли, какую фигуру. Выкинул костер. А ваша что?
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Опа. Так, ладно, обыскиваем комнату и погнали. Так. Так. Ух, короче, у нас. Давай.
I'm coming.
Так, тут не смотри. Сейчас подойдем. Так. Так, ключ.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully,
Чтобы вы
Lord
смогли
William
забыть
Mortimer.
личные вещи своей матери. С уважением, от Уильям Мортимер. Мишка, не дай мне наушники получить. Да, Мишка. Да куда полез? Не на стол. Лежи. Вот мишкой. А вот шишкой. Так, не пищи. Нет. Все. Наказан. Так. На балкон. Тут что? Монетка. Так, ладно, идем дальше.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Да сейчас поглощи, постучи.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Зачем взломать? Если у нас ключ есть. Ключи, открыть, ключи. Что у нас там? Нет, еще.
There's a note. Effects of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it.
Осколки инвентаря. Вы нашли осколки инвентаря, это каждые 4 осколка вы будете получать одно дополнительное очко действия. Чтобы проверить, сколько осколков вы забрали, откройте мне вкладку предметы. Спасибо.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
А еще мед забрали. Тут что? Ничего. Так, ладно. Сейчас, ёб твою мать.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Нет.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Да, помню.
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are 2 men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
О, еще один выбор. Помочь Вашингтону? Нет. Не буду помогать. Проверить свое видение. Ну, проверить видение. Чё тут поделаешь? Ой, не на ту кнопку нажал.
I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be needing my help one day.
I must act swiftly. I'll search my room later.
Так, ладно. Идем.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Не в ту сторону. Значит, потом. Никто не против, что я тут бегаю. Надеюсь, никто не против. Бегу.
I recognize this part of the corridor. I'm close.
После решения вы можете достичь цели разными способами. Осуществляйте, но думайте свое решение перед тем, как делать выбор. Подтвердить. Спасибо.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, but an important meeting is underway. My instructions are to let no one pass.
I see. So that's where it's happening, in that room. I've just got to find a way in there. Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Так. Дайте поручение.
Listen, I'm an insomniac, and Sir Holm told me that you could go to the kitchen and make me a cup of herbal tea.
And what is in this herbal tea, sir?
Holm gave Washington a recipe for a sleeping draught. What was it again?
Предметы тут полый цвет и корень валериана.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian.
Yes, it's herbal tea. I'll go and make it for you at once, sir.
I'll wait for you in my room.
I need to find a place to watch undisturbed.
Есть. Готово. Так, ладно.
It's a beautiful weapon. A Levi damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles. My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother.
Понятно. Что это? Тут у нас...
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Наполеон. Она пошла. Ну, теперь узнаем, кто тут. Так, ладно.
This window opens onto the balcony.
Балкон. Пойти на балкон.
Okay, so that means the other room must be on my right.
Что это будет? И что?
Sir, I understand your eagerness, but the pressure on my family complicates the task.
Relax, my friend. Your relatives will soon be safe.
So what I saw in my vision really did happen. Well, I hope I haven't missed anything important.
I thank you so much.
Don't mention it. Now that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely. I have concluded an agreement with their leader, Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case that Mother didn't tell me about.
The funds from the order will finance the building of a foundry in Tuscany. You will soon be able to count on 100 or more cannons for your future campaigns.
I was not expecting so much help from you. When can I meet this de Richet?
Well, unfortunately, something has cropped up. De Richet has disappeared.
Disappeared? What, here?
Yes, but the staff are redoubling efforts to find her, I assure you.
So the agreement, is it on or off?
It is on. Her right-hand man has just arrived here to help us find her. And it is none other than her son, Louis Maurice de Richet. I wager he will ensure his mother's commitments are met.
Louis. Not an easy name to live with in these times.
Of course. But from now on, you will deal with him.
This man, it can only be Mortimer.
Very well. I will seek him out.
Merde.
Черт. И правда. Черт. О, черт, ё-моё. Мы попали. Ага. Беги.
Well, I better get away from here.
Да-да-да. Вот беги. Беги, беги, беги. Ой. Беги. Так, 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 так. Hoppa.
Louis?
Emily? I can explain.
Perhaps, but remain still.
Понял.
But first, you could perhaps remove the blade from my throat?
You have 10 seconds to explain your presence here.
получается ее спасти.
Emily, we both know you're not going to kill anyone this evening.
Be careful. I might have to cut you off.
Wait! Let's talk about this misunderstanding.
What are you doing in my room?
Успокойте ее.
First of all, let's keep calm. My being here is just a coincidence. Anyway, I seriously doubt what I'm doing in your room is really the question that interests you. Now, is it?
Clever boy. So answer the question that does interest me. What were you really doing on the balcony?
I heard someone enter your room. I feared for your safety.
Do you mock me, sir? You admitted you were ogling my backside only seconds ago.
Oh, shit.
You're a terrible liar, Louis.
I admit it. I looked upon you, but I really did hear an alarming conversation.
Do these events concern me? Do they involve the Golden Order?
I overheard a conversation between a French soldier and some other individual.
And what were they talking about?
It seems Mother is involved, something about a military campaign. Apparently my mother validated an order of cannons to help this man.
Really? Since when does the Order finance wars?
As far as I know, since never.
Did they give any details? A date? What they were for?
Nothing at all. Did you know anything about this?
No, but I won't forget. Thank you. All right, Louis, I might have overreacted a bit. Please do excuse me, but next time, please try knocking on my door. I'd be delighted to open it for you.
Oh, well, I'll remember in that case. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Louis.
Погнали.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Отдать письмо.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louise. Give me 1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please, be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Huh, that's me.
Ждал около нашей комнаты. Вы вернитесь в постель.
I'm exhausted. Better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Да, жуть. Картина. Ну, значит, никаких не то. Так. Давид.
vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Сейчас английским все.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though. Nothing. I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Так, понятно. Так, ладно. Идем дальше.
Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round. A Voyage Around the World, the travel log of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the Order. Barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room. I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Так, отойдем. Так, ладно. Черт. Удивительно, короче.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching. Writing material. Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message? If a message is written in lemon juice, the flame will reveal it.
Начинаем проверить. Что спрятано невидимыми чернилами.
Apart from getting the book dirty, I can't see any use for this. Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. After that, she adds, beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected soldier, and that's its weakness. What is my mother trying to tell me? That you've gone to so much trouble, you must not have only found something important, but you must have also felt like you were in great danger. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical. I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Так, ладно. Так, потом следующей части. Все показывают свою встречу. С вами был S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Увидимся с вами в следующем прохождении. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Поставьте под этим видео 70 лайков. Всем пока, до скорых встреч. Всем удачи. Подписывайтесь на мой канал, в гостях. На мой телеграм-канал, на мой ютуб-канал. На мой дискорд-канал. Все ссылки подаю всем. Всем пока. До скорых встреч. Всем удачи. Пока. Все ссылки будут в описании под видео. На YouTube не забыл. Сейчас минуту. Не без подписки смотрят 96,4%, а с подпиской 30,3,6%. Так, пожалуйста, подписывайтесь на меня, и я хочу набрать 455